we'll get going. It's my great pleasure to start this event to introduce Tracey Brown, who is Chief Executive Officer of the American Diabetes Association. And Tracey has the welcome word because the American Diabetes Association has pioneered this whole event from the beginning. Tracey, it's a pleasure to have you here, and we look forward to hearing your remarks.
Thank you, John, for that. And I'd like to say good morning to some of you, good afternoon to some of you, and good evening to some of you. I am joining from Washington, D.C. I'm honored to be here. As John said, I am the Chief Executive Officer of the American Diabetes Association, and I am one of the 400 million people in the world living with diabetes. I'm honored to welcome you to the Precision Diabetes Medicine 2021 conference. I remember how excited I was after the Advancing Precision Diabetes Research Symposium that occurred back in 2019 in Madrid, and I know some of you were there. I fondly remember Dr. Lou Phillipson, who was the ADA President of Science and Medicine at the time. He spoke about unlocking the promise of precision medicine in diabetes. And I'm even more excited today than I was then, especially when I think about the ADA mission and how critically and important it is right now, particularly in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, where we have seen a number of people, a disproportionate number of people who are suffering and dying from COVID-19 that also have diabetes. When we think about the mission of the ADA, which is really to prevent and cure diabetes and improve the lives of all people affected by diabetes, a way to get there is precision medicine. Major advances in the care of people with diabetes will follow from the development of diabetes precision medicine. And when I think about my own personal journey, I get excited about precision medicine. I've been living with type 2 diabetes for 17 years. And with the power of modern technology, data, and working with my care team, for me, which includes my endocrinologist, nurse, dietitian, educator, I was better able to understand what worked for me in my body as I was determined to learn how to thrive while living with diabetes. And it's been apparent even through my life experience that there is no one size fits all approach with diabetes. I learned specifically what I could eat, literally using my CGM and understanding what foods actually spiked my blood sugar and which did not. I learned how much exercise and which exercise actually worked better for me. I learned stress and the impact that actually stress has on my blood sugars. And of course, sleep. I used to pride myself as a night owl, only requiring a few hours of sleep until I learned the impact of that on my blood sugars. And I was on insulin for many years. And again, by dialing in with my care team, with data, with technology, and I always like to show, this is where I am right now, I was able to stop insulin. I moved to 4 oral medications. I then, continuing to dial in for me, was able to move off of those 4 oral medications into 1. And then I just showed you real time what's going on with my blood sugars. And so I am indeed thriving. And I believe every single person who is living with diabetes deserves the right to thrive as well. And so we know that precision medicine requires a deep understanding of the disease mechanisms and biomarkers. We know that clinician education is important. We know that behavioral medicine is important. And we know that the person living with, the patient feedback is critical in all of this. And so we need more research. I've read a lot about the oncology research. They've been traveling down the precision medicine path for quite some time. We need to do the same thing for diabetes. We need to implement the roadmap and the path forward that was identified in the consensus report that we published. We need to continue to partner and work together, all stakeholders, all members of the entire ecosystem, again, including the person living with. That's why this conference and you all coming together is so important. This work that we do is critical. So I think the next 3 days will be fantastic. This symposium is bringing the best and the brightest minds together, over 700 attendees from over 20 countries to share knowledge, to have a robust discussion, and ultimately to drive action that, as Dr. Phillips said in 2019, that will unlock the promise of precision diabetes. The right therapy for the right person at the right time. The American Diabetes Association is proud to partner with the European Association for the Study of Diabetes and all of you on this precision medicine and diabetes initiative. This is so critical. So thank you for being here. And on behalf of myself and the over 400 million people in the world living with diabetes, thank you. Thank you for your commitment to help improve our lives. Enjoy your next 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tracey. What an inspiring start to the meeting, and we're so delighted to have you here live to give those words. You couldn't have done better. Thank you, Tracey.